Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wilkes Now. I'm Jerome Hannon.
And I'm Jacob Chasen.
So, Jacob, did you happen to go see Bohemian Rhapsody yet?
No, I haven't. I'm really busy, but I really do want to see it.
Yeah? I gotta tell you, it is an awesome film. I went to see it with my mother. We loved it, and I gotta give special credit to Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. He does an awesome job, and he deserves an Oscar.
All I know about the movie is that he's just a poor boy from a poor family.
Spare him his life from this monstrosity! So, are you a big fan of Thanksgiving turkey? Do you want to test your Thanksgiving Day turkey eating pants? Well, here's your chance. The LKS and other members of the pharmacy school will be providing a tasty Thanksgiving dinner on Tuesday, November 20th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Henry Student Center Ballroom. Tickets cost $10 and all proceeds will be donated to Ruth's Place. If you would like to purchase a ticket or if you have any questions, please contact Emily Antosh at emilyantosh@wilkes.edu or Mia Lussier at mia.lussier@wilkes.edu. And now we'll take it to our newsroom for our weekly Beacon Brief.
Hello, welcome to the Beacon Briefs. I'm Cabrini Renicki, the co-news editor for the Beacon here at Wilkes. Here's what's going on. Wilkes University commemorated Veterans Day with a series of events in the last few days. The Veterans Council hosted a ceremony in the Fenner Quad on Thursday. Speakers included Reverend John Ryan of King's College, President Leahy, as well as Sergeant John Newcomer. Dr. Jonathan Kukin also held a lecture yesterday titled Ending the War to End All Wars, Reflections on the 100th Anniversary of the End of World War I. In other news, campus has been plagued with the graffiti of a face in academic buildings around campus. The damage done to campus by the graffiti artist has exceeded $10,000, making the crime a felony offense, according to Chief Jago of Public Safety. The school sent out an email requesting assistance in the identification of the perpetrator. A reward will be given to those who give information. Thanks for checking in, guys. That's all I have for today. I'm Cabrini Renicki, and this is Beacon Briefs. Now let's get back to the studio.
Thanks, Cabrini. The Wilkes University chapter of the National Community Pharmacists Association is hosting a book drive. New and used novels of any genre will be accepted and donated to a local senior center. Books will be collected out of drop boxes outside the pod in Stark and near the front desk in the Henry Student Center until the week of November 19th. Thank you in advance for donating. Now let's check in with Nick with this episode of Nick's Nerd News.
Hi, I'm Ian Bailey from Wilkes Now. We're in beautiful Pittston, Pennsylvania at Quick Trip. Hi, I'm Ian Bailey.
In just 4 minutes. Now, let's dive right into it. Unfortunately, we have to start in a little bit of a somber tone, but this man is somebody who's to be celebrated, who should be remembered, and is honestly just a hero in the nerd community. He's John Rogers. If the name doesn't ring a bell, it might not be somebody that you know off the top of your head, but he was the president of Comic-Con. There was such a thing, and the man had the job for a long time. He was beloved at the company, and unfortunately he passed on the 10th this past Saturday, and Comic-Con put out a tweet to remember their late great John Rogers. It is with profound sadness that we announce the passing of John Rogers, president of Comic-Con. John died on Saturday, November 10th, 2018, as a result of complications from a glioblastoma, an aggressive form of brain cancer. As longest-serving president, first elected in 1986 and re-elected every year since, John's tenure saw Comic-Con grow from a select gathering of fans to the largest and most prestigious convention of its kind in the world. Little-known side fact, just a little bit of extra geek, just in case you couldn't get enough. George R.R. Martin, the author of Game of Thrones and the co-executive producer of the great HBO show that follows, was literally one of the first names ever to sign up for Comic-Con. Isn't that awesome? John Rogers, you will be missed infinitely. Moving on, we're going to start talking about some Titans. Are you guys on the DC app? Have you started it yet? Well, you should, because it's awesome. The original programming brought to you by the DC app is now in its 5th episode. This is the episode we've kind of been waiting for. Though the first 4 have been great, we wanted to see these Titans come together, and that's what we finally got. Well, I'm not going to spoil very much, but you have a group of baddies chasing down the Titans. So, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, and Robin are starting to come together as a unit and find that they must train as a unit so they could fight this group of bad guys efficiently. We get to see the 4 really start to work together as that team that we were hoping for, and to be honest, they look great doing it. They stop the baddies in question, like they were always going to. You know, they were heroes. That's not a spoiler. But at the very end, Robin goes to find the puppet master of the marionettes that were the bad guys. And when he does, he gets taken over. And, surprise, spoilers, guys. Ready? Another Robin comes in to save him. If you're not familiar with DC lore, many boys have put on the Robin uniform to stand next to Batman. The first one being Dick Grayson, who we've watched up till now. This second one is none other than Jason Todd, currently being played by Kern Walters, who put out this behind-the-scenes photo of him in the mask. It kind of looks a little bit painted on. It kind of looks really stuck to his face. It looks exactly as it should. But in the next episode, we're going to see two Robins kind of fight and go at it. If that doesn't get you to want to download this app and watch these first episodes and get on the Titans train, I don't know what will. I mean, it's a literal perfect show so far. More to come as that show develops. And finally, we have made it. The Harry Potter movie is here. Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald is going to be in theaters on Friday. You can catch it in previews as early as 5 o'clock, where you will find me, myself, and I. Anyway, the movie is going to take the characters who we were already introduced to, played by Eddie Redmayne, Catherine Waterston, Dan Fogler, and Alison Sedol, and we're going to kind of mix into the world that was the Harry Potter before that. We're going to get a young Albus Dumbledore. We're going to get Grindelwald himself, and other characters are speculated to also live in this world that will take these two franchises and start to meld them. If you have been a fan of Harry Potter, this isn't the first time we've heard of Grindelwald. He was first mentioned in the first Harry Potter movie when Harry got that trading card that had Albus Dumbledore on it, and he said it was famous for defeating the evil Lord Grindelwald. It's come up before. We're going to start coming round circle. I'll let you know my review. I have been Nick James. This has been Nick's Nerd News. Make sure to check back all the time, every Tuesday at 2, right here. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nick. The Interfaith Office is sponsoring a Thanksgiving food drive to benefit local families at St. Andrew's Parish in Wilkes-Barre. The office is seeking donations of traditional Thanksgiving items, including boxed mashed potatoes, stuffing, canned vegetables, chicken and turkey broth, jarred turkey gravy, and biscuit mix. These items will then be boxed and delivered to the families so they have a complete holiday meal on Thanksgiving Day. Look for the Colonel's Helping Community boxes placed throughout campus to donate. Contact Joe Gagliotti at joseph.gaglioti@wilkes.edu with any questions. Now let's check in with Ian for this week's Business Bonanza.
Hi, I'm Ian Bailey from Wilkes Now. We're in beautiful Pittston, Pennsylvania at Quick Chick Shawarma and Grill. Let's go inside. Quick Chick is a walk-in eatery located by the Pittston Walmart off of 315. They offer a wide variety of Middle Eastern cuisine, from chicken shawarma to falafel, grape leaves, or kibbe. So Abdullah, what inspired you to start Quick Chick?
It was actually my father who started Quick Chick, and he taught me most of the things. The idea for him to start Quick Chick was he wanted something different in the area because everything is more fast food and it's not healthy, not clean. So everything we do here is like it's build your own sandwich or salad bowl or whatever, and it's all 100% fresh and healthy. Everything's made the same day. We don't make anything like tomorrow. We would make everything tomorrow. Today, if we have a little bit left over, we throw it out. We keep all the food fresh. So it was a good idea. Something really healthy, and it tastes good too. It has a good taste to it.
So the full name is actually Quick Chick Shawarma and Grill. Can you give us a little rundown as to what shawarma is?
Shawarma, so people think when they see shawarma, it's like a gyro, but it's not. So shawarma is the fresh chicken or beef or whatever on the spit. Gyros are processed meat. It's all processed meat. Shawarma is the same thing, but it's fresh meat. None of it's processed. So it's like, think of a gyro, but fresh meat. No processed meat. That's what a shawarma is. Yeah. And then you put it in a pita bread and then whatever you like on it, toppings and stuff.
So what do you think the most popular item on the menu is?
Definitely the mixed grill. It consists of chicken, beef, and lamb, all on the grill. It takes about 10 minutes to make, but people usually wait for it. And then it comes with either rice or French fries. You could pick either rice or fries. And then it comes with 2 salads. You could pick anything from the salad bar we have. And yeah, it's really, really good. And it's not bad for you. There's no like oil and all that stuff. It's all grilled. It's really, really good. People love it. We get a lot of orders of that a day. Yeah. It's the biggest thing.
So what would you say that your favorite item on the menu is?
Mine's definitely chicken kebabs. A lot of people get that too in the wrap. It tastes really, really good. It's really juicy, I guess you would say. It has really, really good taste to it. I would definitely recommend people trying that.
Yeah.
Chicken kebabs.
Okay. So, any last-minute advertisements for the restaurant at all?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I want people to check it out, even if they don't like this kind of food. It's not what they think. It's not like your typical Mediterranean food. It's really like, it's kind of an Americanized way, but a lot of it's. The idea of this store is really healthy food, fresh food, and then we make everything in front of you. We do the fresh juices in front of you. I know a lot of people are into the fresh juices. We have the fresh orange juice machine, lemonade machine. We do all this stuff like 100% fresh. Nothing added to it. So I want people to just check it out and see where it's at. And we're located in Pittston, next to the Walmart in Pittston, on 320 Route 315, Pittston, PA, 18640. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Quick Chick just recently celebrated their 1-year anniversary since opening. With a friendly staff, fresh food with big portions, fresh juice, and great prices, Quick Chick is a nice little shop to pop into. For the Small Business Bonanza, that was Quick Chick Shawarma and Grill. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Ian. Students, faculty, and staff, the Center for Global Education Diversity calls you to invite 1 or 2 international students to your Thanksgiving dinner. Help these students to truly experience this great American holiday and get to know someone from another culture. It's a great way to learn their customs and provide hands-on opportunity for them to learn ours. If you're interested in learning more about inviting an international student to your family's Thanksgiving, please get in touch with Georgia Costalis at the Center for Global Education and Diversity at georgia.costalas@wilkes.edu.
We will be right back with more Wilkes Now after this short break.
Mother Earth, a gift under our care. Let's not go back. Nurture nature. Nourish the soil and your soul. Let's mend our planet together. Make Mother Earth smile.
Welcome to Sports Now. I'm your host, Kirsten Peters.
And I'm Eric Bideman.
As fall sports come to an end, winter sports are just getting underway. After competing in 3 road games, the inaugural men's ice hockey team competed in their first home games of the season, beating Stevenson 4-2 and Chatham 8-4.
In front of a packed crowd of enthusiastic Wilkes fans on Friday night, the Colonels scored just 6 minutes into the first period and never relinquished their lead. Goals by Tyler Barrow, Donald Flynn, Jivian Sidhu, and Tyson Arujo gave Wilkes their first victory in the Toyota Sports Complex.
The following night, the Colonels won in a higher scoring contest. A hat trick by Nick Fia, 2 goals by Donald Flynn, and a goal apiece by Dylan Capers, Tyler Barrow, and Tyson Arujo solidified Wilkes' 8-4 victory over the Cougars.
Of the 5 Wilkes athletes honored by the conference this week, 2 were men's ice hockey players. Fia earned Offensive Player of the Week honors, while goaltender Brandon Gordon earned the Defensive Player of the Week.
The women's ice hockey team fell 7-3 to Newman, with goals scored by Ashley Murray, Shauna Tubbs, and Kendall Castro.
Tubbs earned Offensive Player of the Week honors for registering her first career goal and assist, which made her the first women's player to record a multi-point game for Wilkes.
In the Ned McGinley Invitational, the Wilkes wrestling team kicked off its season, placing 5th out of 16 teams. Nicholas Racanelli, Thomas Stokes, and Ashton Janice each placed for the Colonels.
The following weekend, the Colonels placed 2nd out of 6 teams at the Gettysburg Invitational, with Racanelli, Nicholas Bauer, and Jesse Lopez all capturing championships.
Following 2 impressive showings, Racanelli was named the Wrestler of the Week in the conference.
The final team to earn a MAC honor this week was the women's basketball team, which posted a 93-73 victory over Penn State Hazleton under the leadership of new head coach Tara Mucheko after following earlier in the week 85-75 to Newman.
Gab Giordano was named the Women's Basketball Player of the Week after earning a pair of double-double performances, scoring 36 points and recording 26 rebounds.
The men's basketball team is set to tip off their season tonight against Penn State Hazleton.
As for men's swimming, they raced past Lebanon Valley 171-19, while narrowly falling to Dickinson 107-92.
The women's swim team was not as fortunate to split the event, as they ended up falling 131.5 to 76.5 to Lebanon Valley and 116-60 to Dickinson.
While the winter sports are just getting underway, the fall sports are coming to an end.
After falling 2-1 to Misericordia in the MAC Freedom Finals, the women's soccer team got a bid for the ECAC tournament, winning 2-0 against Mount St. Mary's and 1-0 against Springfield to advance to the semifinals against Albright.
In the MAC Freedom Finals loss, the lone goal was scored by Jessica Egan. In the ECAC tournament, Colonel goals were scored by Egan, Karina Vargas, and Nicolette Towlin.
Along with the women's soccer team, the other fall sports have come to a close. As for men's soccer, they fell 3-0 against Grove City in the ECAC tournament, bringing their season to an end.
In the highly anticipated 26th Annual Mayor's Cup, crosstown rival Kings ran all over Wilkes on their way to a 45-0 blowout victory. On a day that began with snow squalls, the Monarchs defended themselves against not only the brisk wind gusts, but also the Colonel's offense.
Quarterback Jose Tabora was sacked 4 times, 1 a strip sack which led to a Monarch scoop and score touchdown. He also threw 3 interceptions on the day, causing head coach Jonathan Drock to pull him out and put in second-string quarterback freshman Heath Hoovler.
Coming back from halftime, Drock tried to give Tabora another chance, but it was to no avail, as the Monarchs scored 17 points in the fourth quarter alone, with their second stringers and beyond.
After the contest, MVPs for both teams were named. For Wilkes, it was senior linebacker Lucas Wood, who had 11 tackles on top of the Colonel's defense.
As for women's volleyball, the Colonels lost in straight sets against Penn State Barron in the first round of the ECAC tournament, concluding their season.
Jamie Mikovic finished the match with 9 kills to set the Wilkes single-season record with 411 kills, surpassing the previous record of 409 set by Casey Bohan in 2013. Coincidentally, 2013 was also the last time the Colonels made the ECAC tournament.
The field hockey team fell in the MAC semifinals 3-2 to DeSales, ending their season.
Goals were scored by Haley Gajowski and Maddie Kelly.
Finally, in fall sports news, the men's cross-country team placed 38th of 52 teams at the NCAA Mideast Regional, with Noah Molina finishing in the Colonel's top spot.
On the women's side, the cross-country team placed 38th out of 47 teams, with Caroline Rickard crossing the finish line first for the Colonels.
As for the Beacon Athlete of the Week, last week's newspaper featured 2 ice hockey players for the first time, with Donald Flynn on the men's side and Kendall Castro on the women's. Both of them scored the first goal for their respective teams, making history at Wilkes.
This week, the Athlete of the Weeks feature male wrestler Nicholas Raccanelli, who placed at both invitations in the past 2 weekends and earned the Wrestler of the Week honor. On the women's side, it is women's soccer player Nicolette Towlin, who scored the game-winning goal in the Colonel's most recent ECAC tournament victory against Springfield to advance to the semifinals.
Be sure to grab a copy of the final issue of the Beacon for this semester around campus. That's all we have today for Sports Now. I'm Kirsten Peters.
And I'm Eric Bideman. We'll be right back after we throw it to this public service announcement.
If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
If you want to stay on top of your health, one simple thing to do
is take the pledge to go and get screened for the cancers that might affect you.
So stand up, cancer, and take the pledge at getscreenednow.org.
It only takes a minute to take care of yourself,
and nothing rhymes with org. Nope, nothing rhymes with org. Who wrote this?
welcome to Wilkes Weather. I'm your host, Tyler Aldinger. Currently outside, 39 degrees. As you can tell outside, it's kind of gloomy, gray. It's going to remain the same for the most of the day. Any rain showers are going to be clearing up throughout the day. So rest of the day, 41 degrees. Tomorrow and Thursday going to clear up, be in the mid to upper 30s, and mostly and partly sunny. But before we get into the weekend, Friday we're going to have to deal with some rain and snow showers. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. High of 44 degrees before clearing back up this weekend as the high on Saturday, 42 degrees, partly sunny. Sunday, Monday, mostly sunny, highs in the mid to upper 30s. So this is as of 4 p.m. Like I said, most of this rain clearing out of the area. There's a little bit up in our area. As you can see, the rain indicator, not much. Any snow is going to be north or west of our area. And then 10 o'clock tonight, like I said, mostly out of the area, snow to the north and west a little bit. So now this is taking a look at Thursday night into Friday, really just a mess here in the northeast and mid-Atlantic. A lot of the rain staying south, but as you can see in our area, there is going to be some snow. And then looking Friday morning, you can see some more snow in the area. So mainly what we're going to be concerned with is Thursday night into Friday morning. I'm not sure about accumulations, probably not much, as the temperature is going to be above freezing, so a lot of this will not really stick to the roads, but mainly grass and other smaller surfaces. So looking ahead, rain, it is going to end later today. It is clearing up outside, cold and clear until Friday, and then we're going to have to deal with some rain and snow on Thursday night into Friday, and then a cold and sunny weekend. So that is all for Wilkes Weather. Now it is time to send it to Paul Vrabek for more.
Thanks, guys. This is Paul Vrabek, and I'm here outside the March Center finding out how students feel about the election.
We spoke to Gregory Chang of Wilkes University College Democrats about the importance of voting, and he had this to say about the midterm election.
Do you believe it is important that people should go out and vote?
I believe it's important that people should go out and vote because, once again, a lot of people take it for granted. It's one of our most basic rights as Americans, and it's the easiest thing you can do to express your political opinions. I mean, even if you don't know too much about all the issues that are going on, you can still vote based on what you believe in.
Oh, I'm here with Ben, who is going to give us his opinion about the election. Did you vote today?
Yes.
And why did you vote for your candidate?
Well, the candidate that I voted for showed up on my doorstep a few times. He was pretty tenacious and trying to convince me. And, I mean, he seemed pretty aware and passionate about the topics, so I thought it might be a good idea to give him a little support. I was already there, so, I put in a vote for him.
With all these people to choose from, it's no surprise people are crossing party lines to select the best leader of their country.
So I'm here with Sean, who is going to give us his opinion about the election. Did you vote today?
I did.
And how do you feel about your candidate?
I voted across party, but it was more about values. What they believed in was important to me. If they didn't have the party attached to them, it wouldn't have changed who I voted for.
No matter what, it's very important to vote.
Thanks, guys. For Wilkes Now, I'm Paul Vrabek. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Paul. Brandon's Forever Home in Hazleton, Pennsylvania is looking for mentorship volunteers. Brandon's Forever Home was created to raise awareness about children in foster care and their need for permanent, loving homes. The organization is seeking mentors who are willing to share their time and have a positive impact on the lives of young adults. Mentors must be at least 21 years old and have no criminal history. The program requires a 2-hour face-to-face time commitment per month with contact in between visits. For more information, please check out the Brandon's Forever Home website and mentor position description. For further information, please contact Missy Nensteel at missybfh@ptd.net. Now let's check in with Neil in his segment, Scientifically Speaking.
Hello everyone, my name is Neil and welcome to Scientifically Speaking, a show where a variety of science topics will be discussed. you can find topics ranging from biology to psychology and even more. All that I ask is for you to come in to the episodes with an open mind. With all that being said, let's get started. Ann Wojcicki, co-founder of 23andMe, once said, just as computer technology and the internet created whole new industries and extraordinary benefits for people that extend into almost every realm of human endeavor, from education to transportation, medicine, genetics will undoubtedly benefit people everywhere in ways we can't even imagine, but know will surely occur. According to the World Health Organization, most diseases involve many genes in complex interactions. Some may not be born with the disease, but may be at high risk of acquiring it. When these genes become flawed and cause disease, genetic therapy can correct defective genes responsible for disease development. To show you this, we'll be going over some really interesting studies to show how this is the case. Have you heard of retinal dystrophy, also known as hereditary blindness? Patients with a gene mutation known as RPE65 suffer from severe visual impairment at first, then become blind later in life. Individuals underwent Luxturna, a gene therapy technique, which was a treatment that significantly improved eyesight in patients with RPE65 gene mutations. Since retinal dystrophy is progressive, the gene therapy helped combat the onset of the disease. Gene therapy could even help combat the effects of more complicated disease. For instance, Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is a progressive nervous system disorder that affects movement. Symptoms start gradually, sometimes starting with a barely noticeable tremor in just one hand. Tremors are common, but the disorder also commonly causes stiffness or slowing of movement. Approximately 15% of people with Parkinson's disease have a family history of the disorder. Familial cases of Parkinson's disease can be caused by mutations in genes, like, for instance, PARK7 and PRKN, or even other alterations. A small group of patients with advanced Parkinson's disease were treated with a retroviral vector to introduce 3 genes into cells in and around the substantia nigra. The substantia nigra being the location of the brain that produces the neurotransmitter dopamine. These genes gave cells that don't make dopamine the ability to do so. After treatment, all of the patients in the trial had improved muscle control. The muscle control improved, but this did not serve as a cure. Gene therapy has potential beyond treatments for diseases. For instance, fertility. Scientists in Japan demonstrated that inserting healthy copies of the gene into the sterile males can unblock sperm production for infertile male mice. They did the gene therapy on Sertoli cells, which are cells that are essential for spermatogenesis. They provide nutrients and nourishment to the germ cells that produce sperm. Some of the infertile mice used in the experiment began to produce immature sperm cells, and in one case, the sperm was mature enough to actually produce healthy offspring. Now, gene therapy targets one or multiple cells, but what about other severe disorders? Did you know cancer is a genetic mutation? It actually affects the p53 gene, which is crucial for cell division regulation. Targeted therapies have targets that are associated with cancer, whereas most standard chemotherapies act on all rapidly dividing normal and cancerous cells. So much more efficient. Targeted therapies are deliberately chosen or designated to interact with their target, whereas many standard chemotherapies were identified because they kill any cells. Molecular biologist Kenneth Miller stated in regards to gene therapy, "Our own genomes carry the story of evolution written in our DNA. The language of molecular genetics and the narrative is unmistakable. With all the astounding things your genes are responsible for, there is still a lot left to learn about. Gene therapy is just a step into solving the bigger puzzle. It has the potential to save so many lives. For all we know, one day it could even save your life. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Scientifically Speaking. I'm Neil, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you very much, Neil. That's all the time we have for today. Just a reminder, you can watch us live every Tuesday on Service Electric Channel 97 at 12 o'clock noon. Also, check out our YouTube channel for episodes of our show.
And in case you missed it, our broadcast re-airs every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. I thank you very much for watching. From all of us here at Wilkes Now, have a great week.